Hello, it says we are live. How are you guys going? Welcome to Homestead on the Rock. If you're watching us live, good evening. Hope you're having a good Sunday night dinner. And Koa has some rope. I will be hosting tonight, and Samantha will be down there refereeing. Tonight's video is basically 1 year since starting our YouTube channel and Homestead. So we're going to be discussing a few topics like why we started a YouTube channel, how much money YouTube pays us, why I'm quitting my job, and is YouTube worth it? And then, of course, at the end of the video, we'll be answering all your questions from throughout the week. So if you have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comment section of the video now or throughout the video. Try to use capital letters so that we can easily identify your questions. And then at the end of the video, we'll go through and answer all the questions. So, first we should say hello. Cole, do you want to say hello? Hello. Where is Sam? You want to say hi?
Hello.
And Zipper, say hello.
Say hi, Zipper. Say hello, wave.
I'm just tidying a kitchen.
He's just tidying the kitchen. Very good, Bean. All right, so the first topic for tonight is going to be... Yes, Bean. Tidying it so no ants come and steal his food away. Very good. All right. So the first topic is going to be, why did we start a YouTube channel? I'm going to throw it to Sam. The pressure's on. Sam, why did we start a YouTube channel? That's the first topic.
Okay. Originally, 1 whole year ago, we actually started a YouTube because we wanted to show people that there was cheap land out there. You know, when we had like a budget of like, whatever it was, like so low, under 100 grand for a block of land. Oh.
You keep going.
Everyone always said like, it's not possible in Victoria, blah, blah, blah. So we were like, no, we want to show people what options there are for blocks under 100 grand. And then we also wanted to document how cheap we could build a house as well. So we were trying to help basically Aussies get out of debt, you know, downsize, but still thrive at the same time. That was actually our original objective. And it still is necessarily because that's what we're doing, but it's probably moved a bit more towards like just our life in general, our health, our faith and all that. But,
we didn't have a lot of money to start with, but we believed that starting a homestead was still possible. So even though it might be on a smaller scale, we believed it's possible and wanted to hopefully inspire other people to do the same thing. Not right now, just because I'm doing a video, okay? All right, another reason why we started is I wanted to work a job, something that I believe in. So I've worked for a lot of other people and it's not very, it's fine, it makes money, it's fulfilling because you pay the bills. But I wanted to build something that was more fulfilling. So that was another reason why we started. Also, we knew that homesteading required a lot of time and effort on the land. So whether it be in the garden, with the animals or building things and doing things, homesteading takes a lot of extra time. So I wanted to have a job that gave me more time, hopefully. So this was the idea of YouTube, was to create a lifestyle that let me work more on the homestead. Also, another reason why we started a YouTube channel is prior to this, me and Sam did a photography business that heavily used both of us. And we didn't want Sam couldn't be working as much anymore because of the kids and stuff like that. So we said, let's do a YouTube channel, which is predominantly run by me. So the idea was to get me working a bit more than Sam, which has been going good. And we'll go on to the next topic now. Hi, there's lots of people in the live chat. Hello, everybody. I can see your comments. I get a bit nervous when I'm doing this, so I need to breathe. Just calm down. I need to calm down. I'm running and gunning. All right, the next topic is, how much time does YouTube take? And I'm going to let Samantha answer this first, and then I'll finish it. Sam, how much time does YouTube take?
Too much time. No. A lot. It normally can take like a day to plan the video, a day to film the video, and then a day to edit the video. So honestly, like 3 days is probably an average. Yes,
YouTube videos take way longer than what people probably think. So depending on the video, some videos we make may only take a day, but some of the videos take like a day or two to record, and then it takes time to edit them. So it definitely takes a long time. The only benefit, I suppose, of some of the longer videos, like the chicken coop videos that I've been doing recently, they probably take me a few days to make those videos, but at least at the end of making the video, I have done a bit of progress on the chicken coop. So sometimes it does take 3 days to make a video, but at least you get some work done at the same time, which was part of the plan. So, but it definitely takes a long time. Running a YouTube is like running any business. It's a part-time job. Yeah. All right, next one. How much money does YouTube pay us? Now, I don't know if people are really interested in this or not, because I haven't really been asked very much, but I thought we'd just share it anyway because it is an interesting topic. I've got some numbers here that I'm going to read out to you guys. So since Yard starting YouTube, we've been doing YouTube for 1 year. The goal was to post a video every single week, basically. And this, I'm going to read out to you guys roughly how much money, like I've got on my screen, I can see how much money YouTube has paid us every month. So I'm going to start from July, and then I'm going to go through till June, which this month is ongoing. So this is from July last year to June this year, how much money we made each month. $22, $308, $360, $220, $240, $273, $246, $229, $998, $1,500, $700, $790. So in total, 1 whole year of working on a YouTube channel, the YouTube channel has paid us an accumulated total of $5,900. So that's pretty good. We're actually pretty happy with that. But obviously for the amount of work that a YouTube channel takes and working on it for an entire year, $6,000 is not a massive amount of money for the amount of work you put in. But nonetheless, it's very good progress in our first year of YouTube. So that's how much we've made. I hope that is interesting and answers something for somebody. What's up next on my laptop here? So the next topic is challenges that have surprised us since starting this YouTube channel. So the first thing that really was surprising is Sunday comes around very fast. Every single week, it's just, you post a video and then like Monday you're filming a video, Tuesday you're editing a video, and then before you know it, it's Sunday again and you got to post another video. And it's just like any job, I suppose. You just got to wake up and do it again. The other thing is that recording our life is not boring. When you first start recording yourself, like we did, every time you put the camera on yourself, you just think that you're boring. You think that it's not interesting. And it takes a little while to like get over the fact that you think you're boring, but then when you watch it, either other people watch it, they find it interesting. And so it takes a little while to build the confidence to actually share your life. I feel like we're getting better at it now, and we're probably getting better at making interesting videos at the same time. But there was a bit of a challenge just to actually record yourself and trust the process, I suppose, because at the start, some of the videos they were a bit awkward, I suppose. Another challenge is just the amount of time it takes to plan, edit, and film a video. We probably thought it would take like 1 to 2 days maximum to make these videos. But by the time you plan the video, sometimes you have to script it. Sometimes you have to film over a couple of days. Then editing is going to take a day. And then you got to make the thumbnail as well and upload the video and hope you have good internet at the time. So it's definitely a full-time job that takes a lot of time. And it's been a learning process. And we are getting faster at it, but nonetheless, it takes a lot of time. And it was a bit overwhelming, I suppose, just trying to pump out these videos every week. Another thing I've got here Sam's going to talk about this one. The next thing that surprised us is replying to comments, emails, and Instagram messages. So Sam's going to cover this one because she does a lot of the work on Instagram.
Yeah, well, you basically just said it. I guess we did realize how much time would be involved in answering emails and Instagram messages. Like you have to put aside time to do that.
Yeah.
I do Instagram and I get there's at least 20 messages every day to answer. I don't always get to them all, as probably some of you know. I do try, but it's really hard to answer everybody all the time as well. So that's why I think these Q&As are good, because at least we can answer questions.
Yeah, if we don't get around to somebody, hopefully you can ask your question in the Q&A and we can get to it there. But we do our best, but it takes a couple hours a day to reply to everything. So it is starting a YouTube channel is like starting a business, and business has a lot of admin in terms of emailing, but then besides the admin, there's just communicating with our community, and that takes a lot of time as well. So it's something that we probably weren't prepared for. But in saying that, we weren't prepared for the communication, but we're actually very pleased with it because we didn't realize how good the community would be. We thought that we just make the videos and like, oh, I hope some people watch it. But then as we go, like we know you guys now, we know all you guys that tune in here week after week and help us, and you comment and give me tips and help us as we go along, and building the community. It sort of feels like, it sounds cliche, but it does feel like we're building it together a little bit. I know some of you guys have been following our journey for a long time. It does, seeing you come week after week was something we didn't expect people to support us so much and to build such a strong community. So it's been very enjoyable as well. The next topic is, did we reach our first year goals? So our first year goals were, let me just read. Yeah, when we started YouTube, we had very low expectations. Obviously, we were aiming for the stars, but our first year, we just wanted to be monetized. So to be monetized, you need to get like 4,000 watch hours. So you need to accumulate people having watched 4,000 hours of your YouTube channel. And I think it's also 1,000 subscribers. And we were very, very blessed. Our first video did really, really good. Additionally, Samantha's birth video did very, very good. And we were monetized within the first month or the second month. So we hit our goal to be monetized within the first couple of months, which was amazing. And then, but now we've hit almost 19,000 subscribers. So in terms of our goals for our first year, we smashed it, and we feel very, very proud of how far it's come in such a short amount of time. But obviously it doesn't stop here. We're going to keep growing. But there was other goals that we had this year that we didn't quite meet. And we did have goals to open a shop, a website, and to have some products on that shop. But unfortunately, as you guys who follow us will know, we have let you down a little bit with coming through with those products. It's just been so much work and taken a lot longer than we would have liked. So in our first year, we didn't get the products we wanted on the website. So we didn't reach that goal, which was a little bit unfortunate. But don't worry, we're onto it, and then we'll talk a bit more about that coming up. So the next category is why I'm quitting my job. So my job is as a content creator, I suppose. I do YouTube, that's part of my job. But the main work that I've been doing for the last couple of years is I make ads for other companies. I take photos for other companies. It's a thing called UGC. So I'm often filming with the camera, recording videos, but for other companies, not for Homestead on the Rock. So if you see me on an ad somewhere on TV or on an ad, it's not for Homestead on the Rock. It's for another company. I'm just being employed by them. So that's what I normally do. But I'm quitting that job because it just takes up so much time and I can't get the things done. So I'm quitting it for one, to help catch up on work. So one of the reasons I'm quitting is because I have so much work, a backlog of work, that I need to stop taking on work because I'm behind. So I'm quitting work to catch up on the work that I've got. But also I need to give us time to get the website organized and to finish the products. So I'm quitting my job until I don't know I think we're going to quit it until the apron's out and until the ebook out. So Samantha's doing a cookbook as well. So I'm quitting the job until the cookbook's out and the apron's out, and hopefully YouTube can just be a full-time income by then. But if it's not, maybe I'll have to pick up some more work. But I'm just going to quit so we can get that going. Also with the house, trying to do UGC, which is my job, and run the YouTube channel and build the house / homestead, which is too many things. So I decided to delete the UGC job. So hopefully we can get more progress on the house. I'm a bit behind. Quick update on the house. We got our septic permit. Woo, 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 woo. So we have our septic permit, which means I can apply for the building permit, which I have started to do, but I'm taking long to do it purely on the basis that I'm just out of time. So I need more time to keep the house moving. So that's another reason why I'm quitting the job. And yeah, that's about it, really. Get the house going. Get the homestead going. I need more action happening on the homestead, and it's not happening because I'm too busy working. Now, is there anything you want to say there? She's busy. Oh, thank you. Let me give it a go. That's delicious. Thank you very much. Okay, so Our plan for the next year of YouTube. I'm just looking in the live chat here, just reading a few of the comments. Very good. If there's any questions, I'll definitely make sure to get there at the end. So make sure to drop them in the chat. Our plan for next year of YouTube. So next year, our plan is to do more videos relating specifically to what we're doing that week. And the idea of that is to be more authentic, but also to save time. So whatever we're doing that week, that's what we're filming, because we need to get more stuff done, and we're just not getting enough done. So we're going to try to vlog our life a little bit more. 2, so coming up in this next year is we're definitely get the website. It's almost ready. Our website is almost ready to launch, and you'll hear about that when we do our next fruit tree video. So we'll be doing a fruit tree update video, and that will introduce the website to you guys. We're going to release more products, more videos to help encourage and impact people. So sometimes we get caught up and just try to make videos to get views and all that stuff. And then we remember, what's the point in getting views and making money if it doesn't help the world? So then we just think, all right, let's try to make some videos that actually have a positive impact on people's lives. And it's not just adding to more content on the internet. So we want to just try to make sure that we do create videos that impact people's lives. And that's obviously to do with our fruit tree as well. But that's going to be try to be even more of an emphasis in future videos. And our goal for this next year, so for the next 52 weeks of YouTube, is to hopefully hit 50,000 subscribers, which sounds kind of ambitious, but got to shoot for the stars and aim big. So we're working hard, and I think we can do it. So that's our goal, 50,000 subscribers. Is YouTube worth it? So actually, I just seen good day from Marcus there, a friend of mine. And while he's in, I want to give a quick shout out to a young man named Enoch, and he is one of our #1 supporters. He told me that he tunes in every single week and watches Homestead on the Rock. So young Enoch, thank you for supporting us, mate. I love you, buddy. All right, now back to the video. Is YouTube worth it? Now, it depends who you are and what you want to get from it. So it's hard to say. Some people want to make a YouTube channel to strictly make money. So in that sense, it can be worth it. But like for most people, it doesn't end up being worth it. Most people don't end up making enough money on YouTube for it to be worth it. But if you're just trying to build a community, or you like making videos because it's fun, or you want to just make a digital diary of your life, sure, YouTube's worth it. But it's definitely something you have to consider. But we do believe that YouTube is worth it, and we do believe that it will be worth it as we continue to progress through building this channel. We're already seeing some good fruit come from it, and this is our first year. So we think give it 2 or 3 years, and we'll definitely be saying we're glad we put in those hard yards of working for free for a few years, because I do think that it will be worth it in the long run. Where am I up to? All right, advice for people thinking of starting YouTube. So we get a lot of people who message us like they're thinking of starting a YouTube channel, or they're just reaching out to get a little bit of advice from us regarding that. So I thought I'd just chuck in this video quickly some advice for people who are thinking of starting YouTube or considering the idea. First is consider your reason why you want to do it a lot. So think about the reason why you want to start a YouTube channel. It's very, very, very important, because the reality is YouTube takes a lot of time, and if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, you won't make the time and your YouTube will be unsuccessful. So that would be my first thing. Consider why you want to do it. The next thing is, if you're going to start a YouTube channel, assume it will be very, very hard, and upskill. YouTube is like any other industry. It's like starting a trade or opening a shop or becoming a hairdresser or an artist it's like any other job. And you have to assume that there's other people that are good at it, and it's going to be hard to start that business. You're going to have to upskill. So definitely start where you are, but assume that you're going to have to get better at your videos, photos, scripting, writing, or everything's going to have to get better over time if you're going to be successful on YouTube. And I'm just relaying stuff that's been taught to me as well, guys. I don't consider that we've made it or anything like that, but I'm just trying to give advice to people who are watching us and asking us questions. Next piece of advice, start with the equipment you have and make videos even if you think it's bad. The next piece of advice is it's a job. So some people think they want to start a YouTube as a hobby. That's great. And if you want a hobby that doesn't make you any money and just you do for fun, go ahead. But like, okay, you cook some dinner. But it is a job. So it will take up whether it's part-time or full-time, depending on how many videos you do, it is a job. So consider that. And the last thing I'll talk about is the algorithm. Everyone always says, I don't understand the algorithm. How does the algorithm work? What's going on with YouTube? We used to be so confused by algorithms as well. And like I would be Googling like how to hack the algorithm, how does the algorithm work, how to get videos. The algorithm is no different than magazines at Coles or magazines in a shopping center. So picture your YouTube channel is like a magazine, and you create the magazine and you put it on the shelf at Coles. If nobody picks up your magazine, then no one's going to buy it. So the same as my video, if no one clicks it, no one's going to watch it. If in Coles, if you put a magazine in Coles and no one ever buys it, Coles is going to go, well, I'm not putting that at the front. We'll put your magazine out the back. But if lots of people are buying your magazine, then Coles is going to say, oh, let's put it at the front so that lots of people see it and then lots of people buy it. It's the same thing with YouTube. If people like your videos and they do really good, YouTube puts it at the front. So it's not really a confusing algorithm. It's just like if people are enjoying the videos, then YouTube promotes it. Thank you, Bino. Just have to be a little bit quiet for me, okay? Because I'm talking on the video. Thank you, Patty. All right. That is it for our video, but now we'll answer all the questions that we've got this week from the Q&A. So I'm going to sub in my beautiful wife, Samantha. Now, Samantha, have you got your phone? Sam's going to get her phone, and then we're going to answer all the questions that we've got through Instagram. So, do you want me to hold zip? I'll let you start.
Okay, Instagram questions. So, first one says, what is your favorite kitchen appliance? I will have to say my Instant Pot. I use that every single day. I mainly use it for slow cooking. I like that it's stainless steel so that, it's like non-toxic slow cooking. But it can do so many things, and it's just, an everyday use in a house for sure. What was your experience like going from 1 to 2 kids? We are due in August. Honestly, I found it a lot easier than I thought it would be transitioning from 1 to 2. I was honestly a little bit scared because I remembered how hectic it was with Cole as a newborn. I was like, how am I meant to do that again with Zip, but also have Koa? But I just found it a lot more easier this time around. And I just think it was because I wasn't a first-time mum anymore. I'd done all those things. I was used to not sleeping. I was used to crying, all those things. So it didn't stress me. I just was a lot more stress-free the second time around. I think and then the next question actually asks for some advice about this. So I think don't stress. You're already doing a good job. You already know how to look after a baby. So you're just going to be even better the next time around, Next question says, your boots, where can I find them and do you have a code? I get weekly questions about our shoes because we wear the same shoes every single day. We wear Blundstones, and I don't have a code, unfortunately. I could try email them, but I feel like they're a touch too big. The company's a bit too big to work for us. But look, I'll give it a go. I wouldn't mind to get a code for them, even for myself. Next question. What book should I read to learn more about healthy eating? My favorite book is by Sally Fallon. It's called Nourishing Traditions. She has like a general one with recipes, which is like for everyone, I suppose. Then she also has like one for baby and infants. And then she also has books about like broths and all those type of things. I feel like that is like my foundation on what I believe in terms of nutrition. Everything in there I follow, except we don't personally eat pork, and she does mention pork a bit in there, but otherwise everything else in terms of like eating animal fats and all that stuff, we definitely apply that in our house. Next question, I'm going to tag Tom in.
Switch.
How long have you guys been doing / following the Torah?
Yeah, so someone has asked, how long have we been doing or following the Torah? And for those who don't know what the Torah is, the definition of Torah just means the love and instructions of Yahweh or God. It just means the commandments of God, I suppose, or instructions from God. I suppose Samantha and I were both raised in houses that believe in God. So we have been always taught not to lie, not to steal, not to commit adultery, not to be jealous, covet our neighbor's goods and stuff like that. So we've always been taught the Torah. But as we got older, then we started to look into it more, and we learned about the Sabbath, and we realized that that was part of God's instructions for our life as well. That was about 5 years ago. So 5 years ago, we decided, actually, I think the Sabbath's a commandment as well, and I think we should keep that. And then since then, we've been slowly learning more and more instructions for how to live our life and keep the instructions, the Torah, keep the commandments of the Bible that God has for his people. So that's been going for about 5 years now. And so we're slowly learning more every day. The next question is, I'd love to hear about your steps to improving sleep in your household, please. So they want to ask questions about improving sleep. So I'll sub in Samantha here. You want to give a quick answer about sleep?
Yeah, the only thing that we've really implemented in this house recently is not using artificial light, once the sun is down. So if you're wondering why we look so yellow or orange, we have...
That light there is a blue light.
No, it blocks. There's
blocks
no
blue
light.
Yeah, it's a red light, I suppose.
So it has no blue or green light, no flickering, all those things that mess with your circadian rhythm, disrupt your sleep, endorphin, hormone-y thingies, whatever. Anyway, since doing that, Koa was waking up a lot of times during the night. Zipper. And he now he never wakes up at night now. And Zippy has gone from waking up, maybe like 7 times a night to now about 3. So I would say that's a good improvement. But that's the only thing we've really changed. That's made good. Oh yes, and using
if we have
glasses.
To work, like right now we're looking at a laptop, which would be blue light. If we're going to work at night or in the morning, then we would use blue light blocking glasses as well. So I think that helps a little bit.
And we do actually have a code for those type of things too, if anyone's interested.
Yeah, we can drop the code later. Yeah. Another thing that's actually helped me with my sleep more than anything is sleep. Like time is your currency. Time is what you have to exchange for anything. So if you want to get good at sleeping, you're going to have to exchange some time to get better at it. And one way that I've been able to do that is I set my alarm before bed, and I put my phone on the bench away from my bed. So then I can't touch my phone in bed, basically. So then when I go to bed, I sleep. And then when my alarm goes off, I have to get out of bed to go and turn it off. And that's probably been the best thing that's helped my sleep anyway. Because there's no phone before sleep, and when the alarm goes off, you're straight out of bed. So that's my two cents. Next question. Someone asked, can you share more about your Christian faith, i.e., your denomination, and why you partake in feast days? Now, previously, we have actually said on this channel that we don't want to talk too much about denominations and get theological and say all stuff like that, because we didn't think that's what our channel was specifically for. But it seems to be becoming more and more of a thing. So I'm going to. This is Homestead on the Rock, and Homestead on the Rock is a house. Homestead on the Rock, as you may or may not know, the reason we have that name is because we want to be like the wise man who builds his house on the rock, and we listen to the instructions of Yeshua, Jesus. And one thing that Jesus says is to let your light shine so that others may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. So I'm going to be a little bit more bold with my faith on here, I suppose, and spill the beanos, as someone has just said in the comments. And what was the question again? Share more about our denomination. Yeah, where was I going? The question was, our denomination, I would call myself a Christian, because as far as I know, the Christian just means a follower of Christ, Jesus. So I consider myself a follower of Yeshua. So I would call myself a Christian. A lot of the people that I fellowship with, and myself as well, refer to ourselves as Torah observant. So I would say we're Torah observant Christians or Torah observant believers or followers of the way, stuff like that. So that's kind of, I guess, I don't know if that helps you understand our denomination, but I don't really have a better word of describing it. I believe Jesus kept all of his commandments that his father instructed him to, and I do my best to imitate Jesus. So just like Paul imitates Christ, I imitate Paul and Christ. So that's our denomination. The next question is, how did you learn to cook? Sam, I'm guessing they're asking you because I don't think that's about me. How did you learn to cook?
I feel like in the house I grew up in, my mum she always experimented with food, and she always cooked all our meals. So I guess my love for cooking definitely stemmed from there. But as I become an adult, I suppose I was very interested in being able to make flavors myself. So learning how to replicate, let's say, a teriyaki sauce. I was always intrigued. How do you even make that? You know, like what's the ingredients in it? So as I
Lemons.
So as I learnt how to use real whole foods to make flavors, I think that's how I started to teach myself how to cook, really. Just slowly researching different recipes and the different foods involved in that. And then over time, your skill set it broadens so quickly, I suppose. It's something you have to do every day, multiple times a day. So I think cooking is one that you get a lot of knowledge in fast, really. But that's how I learned to cook.
Next question is, do you plan on homeschooling your kids, and are you thinking of having a big family?
Yes, we are planning to homeschool, although I would say we are homeschooling already. I actually had like this random thought this week. It was like just very random, but I was like, whoa, like I'm literally a teacher right now. Like I always thought, oh, once Cole was like 5, that's when you're like homeschooling, you know? But I just had this realization that like, no, I'm literally schooling them right now every day. And yeah, so then I've just started to plan like the week's activities, what we're doing, like whether it's a cooking lesson or, you know, a craft activity, whatever it is. And I'm like, this is homeschooling. Like, it doesn't matter that he's only 3. I'm like, we're doing it now. But to answer your question, yes, we will continue to do that.
Just if I can elaborate on the question, they said,
I think you're having a big family.
do you plan on homeschooling? Yes, and we plan on having a big family. Yep. Okay. Next question. Are there more babies for you guys?
Yeah.
There's definitely more babies coming. No one's pregnant. I'm not trying to send any false alarms. No one's pregnant, but there's babies coming. Someone said, how did you both find the adjustment from 1 to 2 babies? We kind of answered that already. Someone asked you, how do you make tallow and what are you using it for?
Yeah, tallow is so simple to make. You are just rendering down like a chunk of beef fat. And rendering, if you don't know, is just the process of like cooking it on low for like 8 hours. You can chuck it in the slow cooker. Some people do in the oven. And I use it for cooking personally. And you can use it for skincare like moisturizer and beauty. But I don't do that because my mum makes it. So I just get it off her. But yeah, I use it for cooking.
Down here so we can see the kids.
Next question is, are you both good sleepers and always feel well rested to tackle tasks? I would say we are good sleepers, like if no one was waking me up at night. True. You're a good sleeper.
Yeah.
Tom doesn't wake up for anything.
Yeah, I'm pretty dead to the world when I sleep. I wake up if Cole was crying or something. I hear a strange noise, but no, I sleep through the night very good. And they said, where was the plan?
Are you well rested?
Are we well rested to tackle the tasks? Honestly, the way we see it is we start the week fully energized. We work through the week, and towards the end, we're running on empty. Like I'm getting hardly any sleep the last like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm starting to run out. But because we keep the Shabbat, because we keep the Sabbath day, we always just know mentally that Friday night and then Saturday we're going to get a good rest. And I'm not setting an alarm on Saturday morning, so we'll always catch up. Whenever we're behind on sleep, we catch up on that Saturday. Yeah. We know we're going to get a good rest, and then Sunday we get back into it.
And then the next question said, do you plan to use a set home curriculum? Love the idea, just don't know where to start. I was kind of tying my answer in the other question to this. I was thinking about this as well this week. I don't actually have an answer. I'm not sure if we'll use a set curriculum. What was I saying to you before? Yeah, I don't know if we'll use a set curriculum, but we do like the idea of just teaching your children what you value and what you think is important in life as well. Like we will use curriculums to do like English and math and things like that. But ultimately, like, yeah, we're just going to teach the children the skills we think are important, I suppose.
I was homeschooled my whole life, and my family followed a curriculum called ACE, which is Australian Christian Education. But even though we followed that as like a base or a foundation, we did a lot of other things added into it. And I think we'll do something similar. We may use a curriculum of sorts as a foundation, but we're definitely not going to be like strictly following one. We'll just spice it up with a bit of our own flavor, I suppose.
Yeah.
Someone said, homemaking and parenting day in the life videos, please. Samantha just posted one that's kind of like a day in the life video, building up her house. What was it called? Building up my house. There was another part to it. I forget. Anyway, one of our most recent videos is kind of like that, but we're going to make more day in the life videos for sure. The next person asked you, what do you use for shampoo and conditioner? I'm looking for a natural alternative.
I've been using shampoo and conditioner by my friend actually makes it. Her brand's called Love the Lioness. But I think she's on a bit of a pause at the moment for making shampoo and conditioner, but she would definitely be making it in the future again. But you could follow her Instagram and stay tuned. But if she doesn't stock any in time, I'm just thinking of using water and apple cider vinegar, honestly. I already only wash my hair like once every 10, 12 days. Tom doesn't really put any shampoo or conditioner in his hair ever. And it's funny, with the kids, like Cole's hair gets washed with shampoo maybe 4 times a year, and his hair is the most fluffiest, nicest to me compared to us. Like, I think naturally try and just...
Yeah, minimise the products generally is what we're trying to do.
It's hard, yeah.
But we Love the Lioness is what we recommend.
Yeah.
Have you decided which breeds of chickens we'll get? No, we haven't decided what chicken breeds we'll get yet. Sorry. Honestly, just been so busy, we haven't really considered it yet. Someone asked this. It might sound mundane, but will you do a video at any stage of the cleaning products you use? Sam?
I mean, that's an interesting video. We definitely can. But like a short answer, we like to use Simply Clean, the brand. They have some great products, and I think their ingredients are pretty good. So the video would show a lot of those products, to be honest.
All right, I'm going to get I'll get my phone and I'll answer the questions from YouTube.
All right. Say hi, Zippy. Can you say hello? Hi? Yes. Can you say hi? You can say hi.
So how you going?
Hello.
Say hi, everybody.
Hello.
Say thanks for watching Homestead on the Rock.
A bit close.
Bit too close, Bean. They can't see your face. All right, and also, guys, we will at the end of the video answer all the questions. Careful, Bean. Don't touch the laptop, please. Don't. Any questions in the chat, we will get on there and answer them at the end as well. The first question is, someone said, I'd love for you guys to build a great outdoor table. They're basically recommending us to build a really, really big outdoor table that's like a communal space. And yes, we will be building a big outdoor table. I love that idea. And if we can get a nice big piece of wood to do that and make some long bench seats, I'll definitely be doing that soon. As a workbench probably, and as a family table. Oh, Zipper's almost cancelled the live chat. Careful. Next question. Someone said, they asked if we'll be getting goats. So they said, will we be getting goats to keep grass down and for natural and for milk? I would love to get goats, and I would love to milk our own goats, and we'll definitely be doing it in the future on another property. The goats just will not fit on this property, unfortunately. So it's something that we'll have to save for another day. I would love to do goats, but it just won't fit where we are. Someone said that they're saying that watching our videos on a Sunday night has become a family tradition, and they sit down and watch it. They would love to know, Sam, when your slow cooking ebook might be coming out. So when will your ebook be coming out?
Tonight, like an hour before this video, we just took the last photo for the last recipe.
Yeah.
So the photos are done. I have a little bit more writing to do. Because the ebook isn't just recipes. Like I'm putting a lot of pages beforehand talking about slow cooking, you know, tips for slow cooking to make the dish as best as it can be. And just a lot of my own personal cooking advice. So we're almost there. I would love to say that it's definitely going to be out in a month. I'm confident. 4 weeks.
All right, we're definitely going to be pumping it hard trying to get it out, guys. Next question, someone said, what's next? They want to know if we're building a beehive, raised garden beds, a shed. What am I building next on the homestead? First, I've got to do a little bit more work to the chicken coop. But one of the next things I'm going to be building is just a shelter. I need like a sheltered space and a workbench. So when I am working, if it's raining or whatever, protect from the wind and the rain. So I'll probably be building a shelter next. That's what's next. Someone said, how do you feel about living away from family? Is there a sense of community where we are, and how are we navigating maintaining relationships? We're very, very blessed to have, with our family's about 2 hours away, but we're very blessed to have family that are willing to make the drive. So we've had family come out and visit us a lot, and additionally, we make the effort to drive out and visit them. So we don't feel like we've missed them too much so far. We see them a lot, yeah. Every week we see somebody. Additionally, the town we're in has a lot of lovely people as well, which has been really good. And we also have a great broader community of friends that are out this way as well. Not heaps of people that are just like a short drive, but I suppose once you live in the country, an hour is not a long drive, and there's plenty of people to see. We're just trying to be proactive about maintaining relationships, I suppose. Someone asked, how many kids are we wishing for? As many as we're blessed with. We'll see. Next question. Someone said, oh, that's not a question, but thank you for the comment. Someone said, someone asked, how do you do your stocks and your broths? On the stove or in the Instant Pot? So how do you make your broth and stock?
Yeah, for like the last 3 years, I've always just done it on the stove, like simmering on low. Oh, sorry, I've got to stay here apparently. But recently, I've also been putting it in the slow cooker because that way I can actually do it overnight, and in the morning the broth's ready. So I've been doing that as well. I use both really.
Next question. Someone asked, they know that some towns have limits on chickens and how many we can have. Will that affect us? It might affect us. I think there is a limit where we are. It's about a dozen or so. But we live in quite a rural area. I think as long as I'm being polite and courteous with my neighbours, it shouldn't be a problem. I probably won't have roosters or anything like that anyway. And we're not going to be getting 20 or 30 chickens anytime soon. We're just starting small, so I don't think it's a problem. Next question was, what advice do you have for those who are waiting? For those of us who are waiting for the spouse that Yahweh, God, has planned for us, and what kind of chickens are you getting? So the second part of the question, what chickens are we getting? I'm not sure. In regards to advice for waiting for your spouse or waiting for your wife or future husband, do you want to go first, or I'll say? Do you have anything you want to say?
Yeah, you said it was a female.
Yeah, a lady asked that. What advice does she have waiting for the?
Yeah. Well, I guess I feel like I don't have the best advice because we were blessed that things worked out for us because we met each other when we weren't like in a strong Christian walk, I suppose. We've just been blessed to be back on the path, I suppose. Yeah. But if I had to give advice now, I would say to just, you can practice being a good wife at home now, if that makes sense. You can be a good homemaker, like learning how to cook and clean and still caring as if you had a family. Yes, oh, sorry, I love you. Yeah, that's my advice. Do you have something to say to me?
Waiting for your spouse. A good thing to do is sometimes we're so focused on waiting for the perfect spouse. One of the things that's good to occupy yourself is making sure that you are the perfect partner for somebody else. So if you're looking for the perfect husband, spend a lot of time making sure that you're a godly woman that a righteous man would choose. So that's one piece of advice. But another thing, a very practical advice, is to get out there and meet new people. A lot of people just stay in the same church or the same Bible study, which is fantastic. But if you want to meet other like-minded believers, get out there and meet new people and meet as many as you can. And also, one last piece of advice is theology changes. People's theology often changes a little bit. So I'm not saying you to not worry about theology. It's definitely important. I'm just saying, look at their heart. You want to find a man whose heart is devoted to God, because theology can change, but ultimately you want his heart to be devoted. That's what's going to be weighed up at the end. So the next question is, someone says, when's the next baby coming? The next baby is coming.
You look at me too.
No, we're not having a baby this year. Maybe next year. Next year next year she might be pregnant. Put it that way. Well, that's the plan. The next question was, any tips for aspiring YouTubers? I'm working on making videos, but it's harder than it looks. Yes, it is very hard. I've gave a bit of advice already in this video, so I'm not sure how much more I can say. Definitely give it a go. It is fun. We're loving it. It is rewarding. It's worth trying, but work hard and treat it like a job. Don't treat it just like, if you can only give it an hour, there's no business in the world that does well on 1 hour's work. If it's probably a part-time job, you need to spend at least 2 days a week doing it. So if you're prepared to do 2 or 3 days a week, then it'll go well. Next question is, are we planning to get meat birds? I would love to try to do meat birds, and we might, but we'll see how we go. I'm not going to say 100%. I just think it's a good idea. Next question is, that's it. That's all the questions. So thank you very much to everyone who asked questions during the week. I'm going to quickly go through the live chat now and say hello. So I can see there's so many people in here saying hello. Thank you very much for everyone joining in. A lot of familiar faces. Filling names, I suppose. I can't see any of your faces. I'm just looking for questions. Hello, Enoch. Glad you've seen that, mate. Here we go. Samuel Careless, thank you for the super chat, mate. That's my brother over in New Zealand, giving us a shout out. Thanks, mate. Someone asks, Bino, what's your favorite color? Bino, what's your favorite color?
What color do you like?
He said green. Great choice. I didn't even know that. Green is the favorite color. Someone said, do those lights work for cats as well? I've never thought about that, but I assume they would do the exact same thing. Just looking for any questions. What does on the rock mean? Someone asked. So I've said this before, but I know we have a lot of new subscribers, so I apologize if I'm repeating myself, but we do have new people join the channel and ask this question. So the name on the rock, it comes from a Bible verse. So Jesus, Yeshua, Jesus Christ, or Yeshua HaMashiach, the man from Nazareth in the Bible, he does this sermon. It's called the Sermon on the Mount. It's in Matthew 5, 6, and 7. And at the end of that sermon that he gives, it's a teaching, he says, anyone who hears these words of mine and does them is like a wise man who builds his house on the rock. And the winds blew, the floods came and beat against the house, but it did not fall because it had its foundation on the rock. So we are trying to build a homestead that's on the rock. That's where we get that terminology from. It's homestead on the rock. It's homestead built on the teachings of Jesus. We're doing our best to walk as he walked and imitate him. So that's where we get the name from. Someone asks, is Tom working for anyone right now? I don't work for under another company, but I'm freelance. I do freelance videography and photography. So today I was doing an ad for a car wiper blades. So I just do random ads and photos for I get contracted by companies to make videos for them. And I am working for people right now. I've got some more work to do, but I'm trying to wrap it up. Just looking for, hi, Zippy just turned 1, yes. Someone said, Tim, how you going, brother Tim? How did you find cheap, free stuff for all the construction, Tom? I'm out in rural Queensland. I'm struggling to find anything reasonable on Facebook Marketplace. I'm curious how you thought about it. I've been on a scavenger on Facebook Marketplace. I've been checking it way too much, just waiting for free stuff to pop up. But additionally, I have driven a couple of times. I've driven an hour or 2 hours to go and get stuff. I apologize for the loud noise in the background, guys, but we have kids. That's what it is. I've had to drive a fair bit and look a fair bit, and it's been slow going on the chicken coop because it's taken me a long time to find materials that are reasonably priced. If I had gone to Bunnings to build that coop, it would cost thousands of dollars, like $3,000 or $4,000 probably. But it's just costing me about a quarter of that because I'm using Facebook Marketplace. So, but still very expensive. But yeah, Facebook Marketplace, you just got to be first on. A few times I've clicked and messaged someone and said, I'll come get it right now. And they've said, if you come now, you can have it. And then I get there, they're like, 30 people tried to get this. You're lucky you got it. So just being quick is probably the best advice. Someone said, what about... Oh, I lost it. Someone said, what about getting your own bees for honey? Yes, we'll definitely be trying bees as well. That's something that can fit on the property. I'd love to do bees. Someone says... someone said they're selling their farm in Queensland and moving west of Canberra. How do we handle the cold, or have we lived in Victoria all our life? We've both pretty much lived in Victoria our whole life. We've done little bits in other places, but primarily Victoria our whole life. And like anything, you just get used to it, I suppose. It's just life. It is what it is. It's cold in winter and hot in summer. I feel like sometimes as human beings, we talk about the weather so much. I mean, it's very important if you're a farmer or someone like that. The weather's very, very important. But I mean, everyone just gets used to the conditions where they live. If you live in a hot place, you get used to it. If you live in a cold place, you get used to it. It's probably less of a deal than I feel like it gets talked about more than probably affects your life. I'm sure you guys will thrive west of Canberra and do great. Well done. Someone says, I'm just looking. Jen Oz donated as well. Thank you, Jen Oz, for that. Marcus G said 9 months. I think he's referring to maybe that's a joke about having a baby. No babies coming in 9 months, Marcus. Not as far as I know. Someone said, just looking through. Someone said, what's the inspiration behind our kids' names? The inspiration behind Koa was that we just liked the name. we didn't have any idea of a name, and when we heard it, we liked it, and we just picked it. The inspiration besides Zipporah is we wanted a biblical name, and we wanted it to have a better, more meaning. And I really liked the name, and Sam didn't like it at the start, but then she started to like it. Yeah, and we just...
Now I love it.
Yeah, we just decided it was in the end, we just thought it was a really good name.
No, real true story is Tom really liked the name Moses, and I was like, that's not happening. And then...
Moshe, actually.
Yeah, okay. And then we decided if we name her Zipporah, then we could never use the name Moses because you can't have siblings as...
Yeah, Zipporah in the Bible, Zipporah is Moses' wife.
Yeah.
So we can't have Zipporah and Moses. So
Zipporah's good.
Yeah, if I had a Zipporah, I couldn't have a Moses. So Sam thought that was a good deal. Someone said, what's my favorite tool to use? And for your wife, your favorite utensil? My favorite tool to use is probably lately my circular saw, because I bought a circular saw. I never had one until a couple of months ago, and I'm enjoying chopping wood with that rather than my reciprocator saw. So I'm enjoying having that. It's very, very handy. Oh, you're hiding under there. And Sam, what's your favorite utensil?
Is the Ankerstrom a utensil?
I don't know if that counts. A utensil would be like a fork and knife, a fork, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Go for it. What's your favorite utensil? That's a strange question.
I'm not sure. I would say my Ankerstrom. I'm going to count it as a utensil because it means I can be hand-free and make bread. It's good.
All right. Someone asked, are we Pentecostal? Look, the definition of a Pentecostal, I'm not actually sure the exact definition of what that means. I did grow up going to some Pentecostal churches, but as far as I know, the churches that I grew up in, I differ in theology quite a bit, so I wouldn't consider myself Pentecostal. Someone said, what Christian denomination do you practice? I kind of answered this one. I think I answered this one a fair bit already in this video. If I can summarize again, I'm a follower of Yeshua. I believe Yeshua, Jesus, kept all the commandments that his father instructed and gave, and I do my best to follow him. So I still call myself a Christian because I'm a follower of Jesus, but I'm also commonly called Torah observant or followers of the way or stuff like that. So that's the kind of the denominational group that we fall into. Someone said, so that's good. Nothing gets in there. I'm just sorry, guys. I'm just flicking through the questions. I asked if we would dare trying to grow a dragon fruit in Victoria, but I have no idea about growing a dragon fruit, so I don't know. I don't know anything about that. but maybe we can try. I don't know.
Is that they're saying it's probably really difficult?
Maybe it's hard to grow here, I assume. I don't know.
If you think we have a shot, I'll take it.
All right, so I think we're at to the end now. Thank you very much to everyone who's tuned in. Someone at the end there said, would love to hear our testimonies. I have considered doing a YouTube video of my testimony. I'm not sure if Samantha's considered doing it. Have you considered doing that? Not,
I haven't considered it.
not so much. I've considered doing it. It would definitely be a unique video. I'm not sure if our friends and family would be prepared for the whole stories, but I've considered it. I've definitely considered it. Let me know if you'd be interested. Maybe we could do that. Someone asked, "Hey Tom, I'm enjoying following you guys. When I heard you guys were owning a building, I'll Homestead on the Brook. How you going, guys? I've seen some of your work. Guys, go and follow Homestead on the Brook. They're another family own a building, a house up in Queensland, I believe. Good job." Someone asked, "How do you manage video editing in family life?" As you can see, it's chaotic. We've got one kid under the closet over there. He's probably hiding because he's pooping in his nappy, probably. And this one's crying. It's chaos, man. It is madness around here half the time. And we are just scraping through. But this is our life and we're working hard. So that's what it is. There's no secrets. It's just full on. And it's starting to smell a bit funky. I reckon there's a poo going on underneath that closet right now. So it must be time to wrap it up. Thank you very much to everyone. I don't know if there's any more questions. Have you tried making sourdough? Yes, Samantha's made a fair bit of sourdough.
One in the oven right now.
One in the oven right now. We like it. We do love our sourdough, the bread of life, we call it. Yes, Bean? Yes, Beano just admitted that he was doing a cuck. Can confirm. Thank you very much, guys. We're going to wrap it up there. I'm sorry if I missed one of your questions. Drop it in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer all the comments on the video. And thank you very much for supporting us. Thank you for following our family. Thank you for jumping on the live chat, commenting. And what do you want to say to them?
Thank you.
We love you.
Thank you for the journey.
Yeah, we love you guys. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.